Hi and welcome back to Celebrity Goddess Oracle. So as you know, I like to read with the Goddess Guidance Oracle cards. So today we're going to look into the energy around Justin Timberlake. So he's been in the news recently, perhaps for not all the right reasons. Sort of there was question when he's just finished sort of like filming he was at a rap party sort of like for his new film, and there was sort of like slightly compromising photographs taken of him with another lady in question, but he came out and denied that there was anything to it. So we're just going to have a look around the energy that's actually surrounding him at the moment. Oh, okay. Information, right? And one more. Okay, boundaries. I'm just going to clarify cards for this. So unconditional love, let's have a further look into this. So if there's anybody that you would like me to read, please put a comment sort of down below. I do take requests, so I do try to incorporate them where I can. Okay, and one more for boundaries. Oh, okay. Right. I feel like we need to go into another deck here actually, because there are a number of sort of just clarifiers actually. So I'm going to use the Archangel Michael deck here actually, which I really love to use sometimes. Let's just dive in a bit deeper. So, okay. Let's have a look at this fairness and true love and see what else we can see. Okay. So he's obviously married to the beautiful Jessica Biel. So we're going to do a reading for her as well, actually, in a separate video. Okay, perfect. And one for the transformation and go outside. They have one child together, don't they? I think the child's called Silas. Let me know if I've got that right or I've got it wrong. Comments below. Okay. And one more for you here, thank you. One more overarching card. Okay, perfect. Okay. All right. Okay. So, we've talked about turbulence, haven't we? Oh, wow, okay. Sorry about that. Cards here, okay. Obviously, look, romance angels are helping you. I think we're going to have that desperate to sort of come out. We'll put that to one side for the minute. So, right. The romance angels are helping them actually, and I think that's been required. So we can just dive in here actually. This is, these are connected. These are connected, these two, and this is very much to do with their home life here. I feel that there is true love and there is unconditional love within their relationship. There is this, obviously there's been a lot of talk about appearances and how this, how the photograph appeared to the outside world and whether or not there was any truth in it at all. And who knows? I mean, it's not for us to judge really, but regardless of what other people think, this is a man who needs to actually, I feel, truth or otherwise, there needs to be this sort of, there needs to be this focus. There needs to be this focus on sort of like, I feel with this is letting things go actually in relation to how he is perceived. How he was perceived, and this is the man who feels like he's been wrongly perceived. But I'm not entirely sure that that's true, to be fair. I do get the feeling that there was an element of truth in this, right, wrong, or indifferently. Whether or not it went anywhere or otherwise is not for us to really worry about. But I do feel that there was an element of sort of like, this is almost like a warning shot across the bow, really. That there has to be this focus on the relationship actually that they have. But this is a guy who the issues in the relationship come from his it comes from his demons, actually. I get the energy that I get here when I connect in is this is a man who's got demons. And I feel like it relates back to childhood for him. There's something, you know, he's somebody who feels he's very quick to take slight. So, and to feel maybe like he's hard done to, or he's not. I think he's the man that's used to getting lots of attention, actually. But really what he needs to do is find peace within himself. He needs to find peace within himself. And, you know, there needs to be this refocusing on the home life, you know, on the home life and on the romantic and sort of life connection that the two of them have, actually, him and Jessica together. You know, there is true love here. You know, there is true love here. You know, we've got unconditional love here. I feel that's really more connected to himself, actually, more than anything. But there is a true love connection. I feel that, that this situation has already been dealt with, and it has been dealt with fairly. I feel that in some ways, you know, Jessica has been very supportive, actually. She's not really sort of taking the bait and run with it. She's really sort of, she's been doing the work, actually. She's been doing the work of what this card says. Romance angels are helping you. She's been working on their relationship, you know, really connecting with him and, you know, resolving this situation. And I feel that this is something that, you know, they've connected together with and they've discussed it. And I feel in their relationship that although this is sort of flagged things up for them, this is not like the biggest of issues at all. I think it's just, like I said, flagged up as sort of like, well, you know, you can't take each other for granted. You can't take the true love that you have for each other for granted. And it takes work, you know, it takes work. It really does. I get the feeling with Justin that he's quite hard to, he's somebody that changes his mind. This is a man that he's like this butterfly energy. So this butterfly energy is to do with transformation, but it's also to do with restlessness. This is a guy that's like this, like that, you know, like this, like that, here, there, everywhere. And it's almost like chasing that feeling that I get with him, you know, chasing that feeling that he's got. I do feel that there's an addictive personality in there. I'm not sure if he's had issues with sort of like, and I'm not necessarily saying addiction to anything illegal, but he's just got an addictive personality. So people have addictive personalities, it's this obsessive kind of personality and this restlessness. And this comes back to this peace here, you know, him actually finding peace within himself. And it's this connection with this sort of like self-love, actually, you know, self-acceptance that he struggles with. And, you know, he needs to go outside, he needs to ground himself, he needs to connect with nature. And by connecting with nature, he literally physically grounds his energy and it will actually make him feel better. I feel that there's an issue here about, and this is where this card connects into the next, actually. I get this feeling that there's sort of a question mark over something that has been done, and whether or not, you know, boundaries have been broken here. And I'm not talking about, I feel that this is actually in business. This is not connected to this home life side of things at all. This is connected to business. And I feel like contracts that have actually already been, that have almost been, I feel this Innocence card here in this reading represents he's entered into something in good faith, but the contract has been a bit sneaky, and there's a bit of sort of like dubiety about it and hesitation, and it could be argued that it's this way or it's that way. And there needs to be this sort of like, he needs to really put his foot down. He needs to bring this energy, this emperor or high priestess energy that says, no, I'm the one in control. I'm the one that makes the decisions. I'm drawing the line here. Here's the boundaries. You know, you've tried to sort of like muddy the water, but I'm saying, no, this is, you know, if we're going to argue it this way or that way, we're going to argue it my way. And I'm going to really stick my heels in here. I'm really going to stick my heels in and, you know, make sure that the right thing is done here by me. Because there is this feeling of sort of like, there is this feeling of hard done to a little bit, but I feel that this is his energy anyway, actually, if I'm going to be honest with you. It kind of goes back to what we're talking about here. There is this kind of quickness to take offense with him, actually, that I feel that's around him. You know, this is a man who really wants to be a good parent. You know, he really wants to be a good parent. This is actually incredibly important to him. I'm not sure if I get this feeling that there were issues around for him maybe as a child, because he was a child star, wasn't he? He came through Disney, you know, the Disney Mickey Mouse Club. And I get this feeling that there's almost like this feeling of exploitation that he's had. He feels like he was commercially exploited when he was younger, and he kind of grew up in the spotlight, and there's this kind of feeling of, you know, I really don't want this to have this for my child. I really don't want this to be the same for them. And that's sort of also where these boundaries come in as well, also in relation to this card. There is this sort of like desire to make sure that those boundaries are actually in place in their lives. And this is a guy who's like very protective about this. This is really, he also brings us energy to this as well. He's incredibly and fiercely protective of this. And, you know, maybe I would even, I mean, I might even go as far and say maybe a bit too much, actually. Maybe a little bit too much. But he, you know, the sort of like feeling I get is that he'd rather be too much that way than not enough that way. And for him, that's, you know, for him, that's sort of like, I think, you know, I get this feeling that this is really, you know, really, really important. So I hope you've enjoyed that reading. If you'd like to like, share and subscribe, that would be really great. I do personal readings. If that would be of any interest to you, then please do reach out and connect. We're all the gods and goddesses of our own lives. I'm going to send you my love. Make sure you look after yourselves and each other. If you've got anybody that you'd like me to read specifically, please leave a comment below. In the meantime, I'm sending you all my love, and see you the next time. Thanks. Bye.